Hey everybody, it's Alex with Talking Points, and usually I probably would have done a what the fuck is on my mind before I walk into the gym, but I kind of missed out on that today. I just had to get in there and get it done. Um, but what's been on my mind for the last couple days is love, and it's not what you think. So I was watching this video earlier. I posted it on Instagram, um, and this guy says that love is not a feeling. Love is what you do in spite of feelings. And so I was thinking on that. I was kind of like looking up some things and really paying attention to it because like I've done some shitty things in my past to people that cared about me, people that I told that I loved, and I still I still hurt them. So part of me maturing and growing emotionally and mentally was first of all accepting that the reasons why I did that wasn't anything other than there's nothing to blame it on. There's no excuse. There's no reasoning behind it that makes anybody feel any better. I was selfish and I was immature, and as I've matured and as I've worked on myself as a human being, as a man, then, I've come to realize some things. And when he said that, love is not a feeling, it's what you do in spite of your feelings. It made me think of a few things. Like one of the things is, and I've had this conversation with people a couple times, like if you're in a relationship, right? And everyone's on social media right now, and your partner feels insecure because you follow, someone of the opposite sex. Now, whether you're a guy or a girl, so you're following guys, you're following girls, whatever, and they ask you, hey, I don't want you to follow them. I don't think it has to do anything with trust. I think it has more to do with, your partner asks you to do something because it doesn't make them feel good. And if you're in a relationship, one of your priorities should be making your partner feel good about the relationship that they're in, So people will argue and be like, oh, well, that they're insecure and they don't trust you. It's not that they don't trust you. They don't trust other people. I don't trust other people because I've been other people. So I think that's a really good ask. Doing things in spite of your feelings, that's love. So, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you want to run, right? You want to get away. Because of whatever. We could go down the rabbit hole of reasons why people want to get out of relationships. But what I was thinking is, it's more along the lines of the things that you do on a daily basis. So like if you're in a relationship and you you truly care about that person, then you would never want them to feel insecure. You would never want them to feel like they're less than. You would never want them to feel like they're your second choice. So going back to the social media thing, if it comes down to talking to or following somebody, I think that's an easy decision to make if you really care about somebody. If you would choose following a random person or even like an old friend or something like that, I don't think that's love. You're not choosing love. You're not doing things that you're doing feelings in spite of your love. So that was on my mind earlier. I think we're gonna do a whole show about love coming up. Just the different types of love and how we see love in the world. I might even retouch on whether or not there is the existence of unconditional love. Because some things, things always happen and things change and your mindset changes and the way you look at the world changes. And I think, Reese always brings a really good purview when it comes to things like that because he is, he's religious, but he's not super, he's more spiritual religious than he is like, hard doctrine religious. And I find that really refreshing when it comes to people like that, especially Christians. But love's been on my mind the last couple of days, and it kind of ties into what we were talking about earlier about am I my brother's keeper? Because I've had this conversation as well. It's like if you're in a relationship, you are absolutely your partner's keeper. You are supposed to be the person that shows up on their best and their worst days. So you should be their biggest supporter, but you should also, if they're not doing things correctly, you need to let them know. Now, it doesn't have to be in a mean or hurtful or any other type of way, but at the end of the day, like that is your responsibility. You are your partner's keeper at the very least. So just thinking about love, I want to know what everybody else thinks. Love is not feelings. Love is what you do in spite of your feelings. That kind of hit me pretty hard. So like, I want to see that. I definitely want to get some responses. We should be having a show later on this week. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday, possibly Friday. I'll make sure I put it out there, but just come to the show, come check out the channel, the Real Talking Points, and tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about. Tell us if you want to come on the show and you want to talk or argue or debate or whatnot. We're open to everything, but I think our next topic is going to be love. So hope to see you guys soon. All right, peace.